Welcome to Techstination. Joining us is Brad Wardle, Vice President of B-hyve Smart Home at Orbit. Thank you for joining us, Brad.
Thanks for having me again, Fred.
Well, at the Consumer Electronics Show, you're at it again. More innovations. Give us a little overview. First of all, maybe some background for people who aren't familiar with the B-hyve line of great automations that you have out there.
Yeah, well, we, in 2016, we launched what we're now calling our B-hyve Classic. It's old enough we can call it that, which was a smart sprinkler timer. In other words, it connects to the internet, gives customers a smart controller that will adjust based on the weather. So if it's raining, it won't water in the rain. It does that automatically for you. If it's too hot, it might put a little extra water down. Ultimately, the goal of a smart sprinkler timer is to save consumers water. And we're seeing 30 to 50% savings on B-hyve smart sprinkler timers. We launched the Classic. We launched the Indoor a couple of years later, which is, when we say indoor, we're not talking about watering inside of your house. We're saying it's an indoor mount controller. And we're excited this year to be here launching the XR sprinkler controller. So this is the B-hyve XR smart sprinkler controller. And what the XR brings that the other two didn't is the XR basically stands for extra radios and extended range. So we've put more radios into this timer, ultimately future-proofing this for other innovation that will come in the future into the smart yard. And so with that lineup, we're pretty excited to have really at every price point for every consumer a very affordable timer, smart timer that will get people into smart watering. So whether it's a $60 indoor, $100 Classic, or now with the XR at starting at $150, the XR really is a future-proof product for us.
Really interesting. And why is it important to have products like this out there? They can. It's beyond convenience for consumers.
Absolutely. Well, as you may hear across the country, a lot of stories of drought and less water available. Our population is growing. Our water supply is not growing. And so we are taking on the challenges of looking for ways to extend the water supply to more people. One way to do that, one great way to do that is outdoor watering. Outdoor watering, at least in Utah here where I live, can consume up to 70% of water use during the summer months. And there's a little known fact out there that sprinklers use anywhere from 1,500 gallons to 3,000 gallons every time they water. Just to put that in perspective, that's about a year's worth of flushing a water-saving toilet that can be saved in one watering. So this is a big deal, and really putting the right products in people's hands. Nice for consumers, convenient for consumers. People love having an app that they can control their sprinklers with. They can see what's happening, when it's going to water next, and when it delays for them automatically. So instead of having to remember after you've left home for the day and then it starts raining and your sprinklers are going on, you don't have to remember that. You don't have to call a neighbor to go into your garage and turn it off. It'll do that automatically for you. Or if you don't have it in a smart mode, you can still do it with the app and just put it into a rain delay mode. So we're really passionate about this, conserving through innovation. And giving tools to people that help them do that, because at the end of the day, everyone wants to conserve water. They just weren't really sure how.
Step us through a little bit about the installation here. I guess consumers, if they have a sprinkler control system, can really do this themselves.
Absolutely. A smart controller can be changed out in 10 to 15 minutes from your previous controller. It will replace any existing irrigation controller you have on your wall. So if you had, no matter the brand, no matter the make, if you have an old controller and an in-ground sprinkler system, you can just mark the wires, disconnect them, take the old one off the wall, put the new one on the wall, connect the wires, and then go through the app in the process to pair it and then set it up for zones. You can take a picture of your zone. You can name the zone. Instead of having to have a slip of paper by your timer to try and remember where everything's located, your phone's doing that for you, so you don't have to worry about where the paper went. Really, really convenient for people to really bring an irrigation system, which isn't the first thing they think of when they think of smart home, but bring an irrigation system into the 21st century. So really great technology for people. And with the XR, we're excited to give people, we put 900 megahertz radios in this, which give great range, including getting below grade. So for future products in the yard where wires aren't going to be necessary, you'll be able to connect those products, whether it be valves, flow meters, these types of devices, to the B-hyve XR, which is pretty exciting for us. Gives people a tool that they can use well into the future.
Terrific. So there's much more to come, obviously.
We're not stopping there. We are definitely going to expand in the smart watering space and in the smart yard space to give people good management tools for water use. And water use is again a growing problem, and we hear a lot of states in the West, particularly in drought scenarios. We hear a lot of watering restrictions coming and things like that. B-hyve sprinkler timers take all of those factors into account. If you have restrictions, it will follow those restrictions for you. And then again, getting into additional products, we're excited that this product will give them a great tool for those future uses.
For more information, where's the best place for folks to go?
You can go to mybeehive.com. That's MYBHYVE.com.
Brad Wardle, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Hey, thanks for having me, Fred. Appreciate it.
Now this. How many companies out there have continued to innovate when it comes to building a better radio? I'm Fred Fishkin, host of Techstination, and I'm here to tell you about the new CC Skywave SSB radio from the wonderful people at C-Crane. Bob and his crew really love radio, and it shows in this new compact model that is packed with features. Beyond great AM and FM reception and sound, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world, listen to ham radio operators, aviation, and more. It's the radio you'll turn to every day, and in emergencies. It will run for nearly 3 days on just 2 AA batteries. Pair the sleep timer with the new Soft Speaker 3, and you've got the perfect radio for your nightstand. Of course, it can wake you up too. Click on C-Crane at Techstination.com and put in the code Techstination for a free flashlight with your order. They love radio, and you'll love C-Crane.